Welcome to the Urban Wine Club podcast. Pour a glass, sit back, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of 2020. I'm your host, Foti, and with me, as always, my co-host, Ari Foti.
You scared me for a second. I thought this was our last episode ever until you said last episode of 2020, which actually makes me very happy because I'm all set with 2020, my friend.
Well, I got to say, Ari, as much as 2020 has brought us a lot of disappointments and hardship and frustration and, anything you can think of that's just negative. At the same token, though, I think we've got a lot of positives out of 2020.
Well, you're 100% right. And I got to the point where I stopped saying the positives for myself and us together because I feel like a lot of people are getting annoyed with me. Because I have a lot of friends, restaurant industry, various industries, and they're just doing horribly. And I feel for them, obviously. Like, I know, you're still in the restaurant industry, so I know, the hardships. But, we've actually had, some really good stuff come out of 2020. I don't want to be the type of person that won't acknowledge it, but it's I don't mention it at all anymore because people, I think, who aren't in as good a position as we are, they really resent resent us for it.
I agree, but I get that from many folks that I come across as well. But in any event, though, it's also been an eye-opening experience for what we've done, what we're doing, how it's changed our landscape from an event company, a tech company. We shifted gears pretty quickly. I mean,
that's the thing. It's
9 months.
It hasn't been easy for us to say good things about 2020. It was a lot of work for us to be able to talk about 2020 in a positive light because we completely had to shift gears. We had to we look out the window and see the world friggin' collapsing and be like, what are we going to do and how are we going to do it? And we did it. And thank God, it was pretty positive for us. We shifted gears in a good way, but it wasn't easy. Don't think it was ever easy. Anybody out there listening, we did a lot of work to try to adapt. Yeah. Adapt or die is what I say, because that's really what it is.
Lots of sleepless nights, late nights, early mornings, just constantly at the drawing table, figuring out ideas, concepts, approaches. And thankfully, we were able to put together and produce quite a bit of content. We've put out a lot of videos between sit clips, webinars. We did a lot of great private webinars for folks that actually were very interested in what we're doing. We sent a lot of folks to our shopping carts. We pushed a lot of wine out the door that got shipped to people around the country.
Podcasts,
great guests.
All across the board. We tried to do whatever we could.
It's been a fun ride, 2020, as far as what we've been doing, as far as our platforms, our growth as far as followers and members and customers has been overwhelmingly surprising and also gratifying. So, yeah.
I wasn't surprised about growth in viewers, growth in social media interaction. I wasn't surprised about any of that, but man, I was surprised about the online shopping customers we've gathered. I knew we would have a good customer base, but I thought it was going to take a lot longer. But again, 2020 is one of those things nobody could predict how anything's happening. But, people are home. People want wine, want spirits, want, these products that we provide. And, again, thank thank the powers that be that we were there to be able to provide it.
And we noticed a lot of great uptick in categories that we offer our products that were pretty popular. But once we started to roll out a lot of our segments and our SIP clips and webinars, we were very pleased to see categories take off like they've never taken off before. We've introduced a lot of people and folks to sparkling wines. We started to introduce folks to a lot of organic and biodynamic wines from France and Italy, and we started to see a great uptick in people purchasing wines from that category. Our Greek wine platform has seen so much growth from folks all over the country that we've never seen that ever before. We introduced spirits to our categories. We're starting to see our spirits category just get a lot of action. And it's great to see that people are actually venturing out thanks to the segments that we bring to them through our different mediums, whether it's podcasts, videos, our clips, which is, for me, it's very refreshing to see that, what we're doing is working.
Yeah, it absolutely is. 100%. We started doing a lot of this stuff. We started a good amount before the pandemic, but we really ramped it up when the pandemic started, and it's like night and day. I mean, we went from nothing, no video content, no podcasting, no whatever, to hundreds, if not thousands of minutes of video content and podcast content and followers. I mean, like we just, from 0 podcasts to 4 podcasts. Like, that's crazy.
That's that's like we're on overdrive. So, this is great.
And what was the one thing that got us through all of this?
Cheers. Yes,
Cheers.
indeed. Not that we're promoting excessive drinking, but...
No, but it's a saving grace. It saved my mental health.
So this is also giving us the inspiration to actually have great things coming in the pipeline for 2021. We're going to have a lot more exciting and interesting guests joining us 2021. We've got a lot of great virtual events coming up for folks to participate in. Our product list on our shopping carts and our apps is going to double by 2021. And then the big thing that we want to make an announcement from this point, Ari, if I can announce, is that, we're kicking off 2021 on all of our platforms with free shipping. Right?
That's going to be huge.
So I love free shipping. So we're definitely going to make that a point. We're trying to make sure that our user experience is satisfying and it's easy and convenient. We got a lot of good things coming through the pipeline, and we're very thankful for those that actually believe in what we're doing. They're following us, they're reordering from us, they're joining us on our SIP clips and our webinars. And at the same token, we're glad to see that folks are actually utilizing us for their private events. So that's another thing we've got to make sure we mention,
Yeah, I mean, we do great public webinars and we have great guests, but I'll tell you, Foti, the private stuff we've done, man, that is a blast. I mean, we have a good time. They have a good time. It's just a good time all around.
Yes. So that's something that we definitely want our listening audience to keep in mind. We've allowed these segments to really let people learn and understand about wine in a very simple manner that makes it approachable, non-intimidating, and kind of can sit back and let people, discover with us. And, this approach for us has been very successful. We've been turning on, if not hundreds, I'm gonna confidently say thousands of folks through the last 9 months who have been joining us. that actually have either converted or actually have explored outside of their comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And that is our goal. Our goal at Urban Wine Club, Greek Wine Club, is to get folks to, push themselves because, let's face it, once you're in a comfort zone, it's kind of, for most folks, tough to kind of break out of it. And meanwhile, there's such an amazing, world to explore when it comes to wine and spirits. But the only way really most folks are, if it's not in them, is they need to be pushed a little. So we're here to...
Well, I'm the perfect poster boy for that, because when we started, I was all about smooth, light, fruity, like, just like this, like, kind of like, just very, like, tame wine. 9 months later, after listening to you, after hearing everything, after watching and participating in our webinars, after learning, after tasting, like, the wine I wanted 9 months ago is like not wine I refuse now. So that I got out of my comfort zone and I learned to like something so much more than what I thought I would.
Right. See, if Ari can do it, you can do it. That's what it comes
true.
down.
I mean, it's true. It's honest. It's real. I definitely changed so much just by participating, getting out of that comfort zone. And, getting out of your comfort zone is not easy. So everybody out there, it's worth it though. It's like, imagine enjoying imagine you know what you enjoy, and then there's so many things that you don't enjoy. And then imagine you could enter a world where you can enjoy so much more than what you thought you would.
Well said. Well said. Well said. And so upcoming now too into the new year, we are ramping up to start to introduce cooking demos with some of our colleagues, where we're going to learn and discover wines while having cooking demonstrations that actually provides foods that we think would work well with the wines that we're exploring. So that's going to be exciting. We got a lineup of cooks, chefs, just
enthusiasts.
Yeah, all of the above who want to work with us and provide, their take on recipes, cooking techniques, tips, along with with our inclusion with the wines. We got tons of winemakers lined up for 2021 that are going to be joining us. Just a lot of fun stuff that, we're so blessed that, we're getting a great recognition. We're getting heard and seen, that it makes us feel great about what we're doing, because, we want this for you. So that way you get a great experience of what we're doing, so that you can take something with it to your table or into your glass, so that you can enjoy it better.
And, why are people going to sit down and watch these things? The good news is, obviously, we're hoping to start a downward trend in the pandemic that everybody's suffering through. Everybody has had enough. We understand that. Vaccines are out. We're on a downward trend. Not yet. I mean, let's just wait after winter, but then the downward trend is going to come. But it's still going to be a little while, and people still need to be a little bit patient. And how do we get through it? We get through it by getting together virtually, watching interesting content, sipping our delicious wines and spirits, eating really good food paired very well by Foti, and join us on these things, because it really does give you a fun social experience, even when we're still not there yet. Right. And since we're not there yet, this is the best you can do, and it's fun and it's cool and educational, and we have a good time. All of our guests and hosts have a good time, and it's very worthwhile, and we still have a little while to go. So, it's something for you to think about and definitely partake in.
Yes, we definitely recommend it. I mean, we've met a lot of great people. I want to say that through these experiences, we also meet a lot of our of our guests, which is, it's great to meet people from around the country, around the world. It's great to hear the nice feedback we get from folks that actually are enjoying what they're experiencing with us. So we're tying in a lot of things together. We're tying education, we're tying in experience, we're tying in leisure, we're tying in shopping. We're tying all these things together to provide what we feel is like the ultimate experience when it comes to this beautiful world of wine and spirits.
Absolutely. And don't forget filmmaking too. We literally just had a documentary filmmaker doing a film about Cretan wine. And I'm half Cretan, so I'm like, oh, this is really cool. But then once I watched her trailer and spoke to her, I was like, this is absolutely fascinating. Like, we're gonna bring you so much stuff that's fun, cool, interesting, and like, you don't want to miss it. Literally, you will not want to miss it.
So looking back, Ari, I think that I couldn't have wished for a better 2024 our company. What we just discussed has been a blessing. We want to thank all of the folks that actually have made this possible for us, because without them, this would not be, reality. All of the folks in the wine industry, winemakers, importers, distributors, representatives, liaisons, you name it, who actually have been part of our experiences, who've participated and believe what we're doing. We want to thank them for doing so. And also all of the guests that actually, just decided to take a chance in whether they booked, registered for our webinars, whether they bought something from us, whether they booked a private, experience with us. We want to thank all those that have been a part of the ride with us.
Well, this is where, again, I have to call 2020 into the limelight of like helping us, because so many opportunities we probably wouldn't have had if it wasn't for people being at home, people having the time. Because, pre-pandemic, everybody's busy. You and I barely would talk because we're so busy.
Right.
So it's like, it's one of those things where like, you can look at the bad, and there's a lot of bad. I'm not going to deny it. We all suffered this year. But if you look at the good, there's some cool stuff that came out of it. The fact that we spent a lot more time at home, the fact that we, spent more time with our families, the fact that we had more time to like focus on different things. Would I have been able to build like 5 apps in 9 months? Never in dream. But 2020 provided that A, time, and B, motivation, because like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We're going to like do stuff. And then the really cool people that we got connected to in so many ways, I feel was an extra opportunity because they were there. They were home. And maybe they wouldn't have given us the time, at least at the beginning, maybe, but they did. And, we grew into something where I'm sure now, not to blow our own horn, but like now, hopefully, we could make a phone call and get all sorts of people. But it was an opportunity that I think was, we should be thankful for. Absolutely.
Well said. I couldn't agree with you more. It's been a fun ride. 2020. We also raised awareness, which we want to mention, thanks to our platform. We were very fortunate to meet a couple of wonderful people. The couple, Bill and Susan Manful, who actually produced a special wine in honor of their daughter, who passed from a rare condition called Pandas. And they produced a lovely wine with a collaboration with a winemaker in Provence, France, with a artist who made the label for them. And that was another very overwhelming experience, where we got to be a part of supporting a great cause through our wine world. We were able to provide the opportunity for folks to purchase this beautiful wine that's on our Urban Wine Club shopping cart. And
it's an awesome wine, and man, is that an awesome label.
And all the proceeds from that purchase goes to the Alex Manfold Fund to help develop research for this rare condition, illness called PANDA. So, for us, we've touched on so many different facets of life. We're here also to support. We've been supporting causes that we feel are dear to our hearts. So that's another thing that I'm very grateful that, life brings you to so many different situations and circumstances that you probably would never even think of. And it just makes it just a wonderful world in many different ways. So we want to make sure we mention that as well, that we also are able to create awareness of what we're doing.
Yeah. And we definitely created some great awareness for some worthy causes. We are all about just building relationships with, whether you want to call it worthy, cool, interesting, any positive aspect to the people that we connect to, we're in for it. We're in for it. If you're somebody who does something cool, if you're somebody who does something charitable, something nice, something fancy, something cool, like whatever it is, like we're in for it, because that's what we're here for. This is what we do. Exactly. We want to create that community, and we want to introduce our followers and our audience to that. And hopefully we do that.
So we definitely want to make you aware that we got lots coming up. We want to make sure that folks that are listening to continue to follow us. Social media, all of our handles. 2021 for us, we've got a nice agenda lined up. So we definitely want to make sure that you take advantage of all that. But for those of you that miss any of our segments, it's always going to be recorded and loaded onto our platforms, whether it's our YouTube channel, whether it's our podcasts, whether it's through our websites, whether it's through our apps. We also, for those of us that are, just throwing it out there, we also just launched through the Urban Wine Club. We also launched a fine and rare section. For those of you that like to collect wines and, are into fine and rare, that's something that we're excited about that we're launching in 2021.
It's the only section I drink from now.
Yes. we got lots of good things, but the most fascinating thing about 2021 that we're launching with is free shipping.
Yeah, free shipping is huge. I mean,
get over that.
Yeah, think about it. We are selling all sorts of heavy products, and it's free shipping because of our appreciation to our customers. You're going to be able to find so many things. We are going to have so many cool wines, spirits, other products. Like, just tune in, and you'll see so much good stuff, and it's all going to be free shipping.
Free shipping. And also, let's not forget, Ari, too, for our folks that are listening, for those of you that might want to consider us, if you're catering an event, wedding, celebration, anniversary, we are your guys. You need a virtual experience with us. You need wine shipped to you for your event.
Well, think about it. I mean, have everybody listening or watching think about it. You're having a wedding, for example. You obviously, pandemic, post-pandemic, whatever. But like, just say you have all sorts of family gathering. Maybe you can't go out to like big party, bar or whatever to entertain your family, but you want to do something. You get the whole family together. We do an amazing wine webinar. We send you the wine. You have the wine. You're tasting, you're talking, you're socializing, you're sipping, you're enjoying everything. Almost as good as being in person. Not quite, but it's a great experience. We've done so many that people love. Mm-hmm. So much fun, whether it's for your family, whether it's for your friends, whether it's a bachelorette party, whether it's birthday, like whatever it is, like you could do cool social events because wherever your people are, they could get together virtually on this like private seminar that we do. It's awesome.
So please consider us, or at least talk to us, and we can possibly give you some ideas.
But then when you talk about post-pandemic, where we're actually doing real life events, like good luck booking us, people, because we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be all over the place.
Oh man, that's when you're definitely not going to be sleeping.
So get your reservations early because we are going to be everywhere. We're going to be all over the place, and it's awesome.
Let me ask you this before we come to an end. Give us a couple of your most memorable moments of 2020 through our platforms. Any that really, I know there's a lot, but if you can like narrow it down to two of the most memorable experiences that you've had.
Oh man! All right. One is probably like meeting. So on the wine side, meeting some of our amazing, not guests or hosts, but like friends. Like they literally have become friends. Like Johnny, Susanna, like all these people that like we're now I consider friends. Like it's an amazing thing. Right. And then doing other shows and podcasts that we do and connecting with like these celebrities and these famous people that ordinarily we probably never would like be talking to or hanging out with. And now it's like, oh yeah. You want me to shoot them an email or I'll text them? Like these like famous people that like we're like connected to, and it's like so cool. So I'd say these the one thing is the connections that we made. I mean, there's so many connections, but I'd say connections that we made in 2021 is like amazing to me.
Excellent. How about we drank a lot of wine, right? We drank a lot of wine.
Yeah, that's why I also don't remember a lot of what happened.
I was going to say any through all the segments. I know this is hard to say, but any of the wines that actually, that you enjoyed over this course of the last 9 months that have stuck with you.
I'm going to say two things. One is going to be very obvious, and one is going to be completely unexpected. Okay. And the obvious thing is the Cretan wine webinar we had, because again, I am half Cretan. I've always enjoyed the Cretan culture. I've always enjoyed stories from Crete. I've always enjoyed everything that has to do with it. So I really enjoyed learning more about that aspect of my background and the Greek culture. And then the unexpected one is, it's weird, but like the Portuguese webinar we had, because I really enjoyed the Portuguese wines. Like it's something unexpected on my end, but it was just one of those things, like the wines that you gave me that we tasted, I loved them. So now, like, because of our webinars, I'm a Portuguese wine fan.
Love it. See, conversion. It's all about the conversion in our world.
Yeah, I would have never ever even tried it.
And then we talked about wine. How about Ari? How about the most memorable cocktail webinar experiences? We had a lot of fun webinars with some of our, So I
don't want to do a disservice to a lot of our hosts, because we've had the coolest hosts. I mean, from Kayla to oh my God, what's his name from Fistful?
Oh,
who's a blast. To
Mr. Hendricks, Mr. Flanagan.
Wait, don't even talk about Hendricks, because I'm building up to him.
Oh, you're building up.
to Johnny with Straight Dog. Like all of these were amazing, like top notch. But I loved Eric, because like he brings the whole vibe, the whole look, the whole, like everything about what he does is like, what he lives for is the Hendrix gin. It's like what he does is so cool. He dresses the part. He has the background. He has the talk. He has the passion. And I had so much fun watching him teach us about various Hendrix cocktails, hot gin punches, like all sorts of craziness. But again, I don't want to take away from the other guests. I mean, I'm not saying like he was the best. It's just, for me, the most memorable.
Yes. I mean, yes, you're right. All of our guests have been great, and we're thankful to have all these guests who brought, a different side of understanding these spirits and the demonstrations. But I have to say that Eric was a very animated guest that really brought it to a different level.
Well, that's the thing. I always remember when we talk about cocktail or spirits, I remember him because he just brings the game. He lives the game and he brings the game.
Excellent. So there we go. So at least, we got to recap some of our spotlight moments with our webinars. And again, this is just an indication of what's to come for 2021. I wanted to say thank you, Ari, as well, for your being in the co-pilot seat and allowing guests to see things through your lens, because you also speak on behalf of the audience, and keeps people a little more connected. Because obviously this category can be intimidating for a lot of folks because it is overwhelming. There's a lot of information to absorb in such a short time, but we've been able to break it down in a way that we make it very enjoyable.
Yeah, we've never been fans of like preaching to people or being like teachers to people. We've always been more of let's have a fun, casual conversation. Let's joke around. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's have fun. And since I'm the guy who doesn't know all that much, I represent that side of it, which is awesome because you guys know your stuff. You, Foti, the hosts we have, like you guys know your stuff. And I love asking questions. I love learning. And if I could represent that audience side of it in a more casual, fun environment, like so be it. And I hope everybody enjoys that.
Well, I'll drink to that. Cheers. Well, Ari, on my behalf, I was going to just let everybody know that we want to thank them from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for supporting. We look for you to continue your support with us. Obviously, everyone will mainly be home New Year's Eve. I don't see a lot of people going out. So I just wanted to mention for the folks to stay safe. You can drink. Can you say drink responsibly when you're home now? I guess you can do what you want, right?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Like, get wasted, people.
Yeah, just don't cause any accidents at home. Don't just be safe in that manner. Be safe in that manner.
Don't have a nasty hangover.
A lot of people are going to pop bubbles. Sparkling wines will be flowing, and music at home, and watching the ball drop as well. But yeah, I'm
going to live stream myself from the couch watching TV. If anybody wants to watch, I'll be there. I'll keep you company
at the same time. Yeah. Well, Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for purchasing and all of the above. We want to, we deeply thank you for all of your support. We look forward to being with you in 2021.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We really, really appreciate you guys being there, you guys watching, you guys listening, partaking in what we are dishing out. And 2021, I hope to God much better. I hope it's better for all of you. I hope it's better for us. And, let's make the best of it. Let's have fun. Let's connect to each other. Let's learn. I mean, this is what we're doing. And so far, so good. So we're not going to change what's not broken.
Exactly.
Right? All right.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to everybody. Thank you again. Foti,
Ari,
we will do this soon.
As always.
So enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye, everyone.